Hello and welcome back to Talking with Teri TV, where today we're spilling the tea on the Vanderpump Rules reality show. Are you a fan? I don't know. Here's the thing, they are making headlines again on the scandal. Tom and Raquel's affair and the falling out has created a lot of consequences. And you know what? What drives me absolutely bonkers, okay? Seriously, because I'm going through this right now with just humans on this planet and not having the wherewithal to think about the consequences, not only to us, but also to the immediate relationships, but also as a whole. I mean, behaviors like this have consequences, have real consequences. And now we're starting to see on the show how people are starting to pick sides. So I'm curious to know from you, what side are you picking and how are you coming to that conclusion? So drop it below. Well, this brings up a great question of which side do you choose? Cast members are being forced to take sides. And it's interesting because from a business perspective now, with Tom's company now, there's been some major follow-up through that as well. And so these consequences, these behaviors that we engage in have a ripple effect on our livelihoods as well as our businesses. And so yes, their fame, if you will, was built on the reality show, but also it is having massive consequences to their business as a result of this fame and this notoriety that they're experiencing. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a guideline to help you pick and choose what side you go on, but also how to stay drama-free in any of these situations. We've all experienced it before when you have a close friend or a couple and they go through divorce, and now what? How do you decide? Who do you decide? What team? What side do you go on? And so sometimes it's difficult to be put in that position, and yet sometimes we're forced to pick a side. And this is just exactly what's happening with the Vanderpump Rules cast. They are being forced to pick a side. This is true in business dealings as well, or when we have people leave a company. Breakups happen all the time. And as they say, there's two sides to every story. So I'd love to hear from you. If you're picking a side, how do you determine that? And is there some criteria that you use? I know that when I'm picking sides, I do use some criteria, and I'm gonna go through those with you. I know that when I'm picking sides, I do use some criteria. I didn't think about this until just the other day when I was jotting some of these down. I'm like, oh, how do I pick a side? Here are some factors to consider in choosing a quote side. First is just knowing what your values are. What do you stand for and what don't you stand for? Because this creates a powerful foundation to understand and recognize your non-negotiables, right? One of my non-negotiables is violence of any sorts, affairs of any sorts, right? Like that I know are my non-negotiables. And so when I go into, taking in the information, I'm pretty clear on where my values, where my moral compass lies, and I'm going to be making choices based on that. So first of all, check your values. Where are they at, and where are they guiding you to? The other thing is what are some other factors that play a role in the breakup or in the business breakup? What are the facts? Because it's really easy to get emotional and be like, well, he said, blah, blah, blah. But really taking it apart, finding out the facts, because I know for a fact that sometimes it can be really hard, because I know I've experienced business breakups and I've had people, come against me without having the facts. And it's very hurtful if you don't have the facts and you don't have the whole understanding. So I'm going to invite you to keep an open mind and also take what you're being given and also do your due diligence and have your discernment to make sense of it all, right? I had a situation not too long ago, and someone was coming in with a lie to another staff member, and then she came in and asked this person who was being discerning, was like, wait, you didn't, and so she put the pieces together, right? And so I think just if we stay open to it, it always opens us up to more possibilities when we stay in that place of openness, right? And then another one is there special dynamics with one of the parties? I've had a friend divorce, and she was very, very clear. Teri, I do not want you reaching out to him. I do not want you having a friendship or maintaining any relationship, even though I know that you met us as a couple. No, I will no longer be your friend, right? She was very clear because of whatever happened in that dynamic that I don't even really know, right? But I chose her as my closer friend, right? But I've also had situations on the opposite side where my friends are like, you know what? We are good. I want you to have the relationship with him. I want you to have the relationship with me because we know that we both have friendships with each of you and your husband and your children. So I also know that piece too. So, is there special circumstances that you want to honor of the person that you are supporting as well? And, the last thing is like, what are the circumstances for the breakup? Like I said, this goes back to my values. Was there cheating? Was there abuse? Was there lying? And whether that's true in relationships or in business, take into consideration, what took place, where do you stand with that, and making sure that you are, choosing what feels good for you. And know this, because I think sometimes we think we have to make this definitive choice and we have to live with it for the rest of our lives. Know that life is the only thing that we have that is consistent is change. Know that there can be some fluidity in this and being open to exploring that, and that may mean that changes over time, and that I know for sure has happened to me as well with relationships. So wherever you are, just know that you can come to this with an open mind, and I guess for me, just come with love and compassion, right? And give massive grace to the situation, and be there for your friend, be there for the couple, or whatever the situation is, because I think so often we jump in with judgments and we make things right or wrong instead of coming from a place of neutrality, which is the best place energetically and physically that you can come from. Is just being in a place of neutrality when it comes to these things, so that you can make sure that you're staying neutral instead of getting involved with the drama. Here's the secret to keeping the drama away. Listen without judging, okay? And leave the drama for your mama. Don't engage, okay? Be the adult. And sadly, I've had to say this multiple times just this week, is like, how do we show up and be the adult in the situation? And that also means that at times you may need or be required to walk away. And that's okay. You don't have to engage in it. If we leave it from a place of love and a place of compassion, we can step away, be drama free, not engage in it, not take it on as our own, because that is theirs, my friend. Let it be their own, okay? And if we try to go in and try to fix it for them, we get trapped into it and it just becomes a bigger mess, okay? Let them be the ones to take care of their business, okay? So my friends, I hope this has been helpful to you. I'd love to hear from you. What side do you take? What are your tips and tricks? So let's put those down in the chat. And as always, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love, and I'll see you on the next episode.